Hello and welcome, you amazing person. My name is Rob. I'm the Money Gaming Guy. Well, in today's video we're going to be playing some more automation where we're creating some moving props. In the last video, a moving props tutorial we're doing for automation seriousness, we did pedals. We have the working clutch, brake and throttle. I have been highly requested to do a column shifter and a manual shifter and an automatic gearbox, which we'll be doing in the future series. But for today's video, we're going to be handling the steering wheel because, you know, I think it really needs to be put in there, doesn't it, really? It's looking quite bare. So, what do we do for the steering wheel? Well, you're going to want to find yourself a steering wheel for starters. That really does help. One of the ones I always tend to go to myself is this racing one. We have a variety of racing ones, mainly the deepness changes. So if you notice it's flat through the middle, and then that's a bit deeper. And I actually really like that one, so we're going for that one. We're going to make the prop 3D, keep the snap tool on so it stays perfectly square with the car. We're going to move you into place roughly where we think it should go. I normally add a bit of a 45-degree angle to my steering wheels, and I think it normally goes somewhere like that. It will be adjusted as we go along. And this is actually the prop that we're going to move, but it looks quite bare as it is. So of course we want to throw in some other little bits like the steering column. That can be thrown in. Oh no, what have I just done there? I've selected the other tool, that's fine. So that can be thrown in, something like that. But that's still looking quite bare. You could keep it like that, but we don't have any indicators or anything. So let's find some of those. Now I do find some of these have the boxes on. That one's got the box on and the indicators. I don't really want the indicators on it just yet. That's a simple square box. I'm looking at the bit at the back, not the wheel itself at the moment. Just want to find one that looks like it will suit this car okay. Don't really like the oval ones too much. Don't really like the round ones. I think we're going to choose. Keep it nice and simple. What's that just done? Why have it just added another wheel in? I did not mean to do that. Indecisiveness, we'll just go for this one, and we hopefully can keep, yes, that piece there. So all the other pieces can go. We don't need them, so we're gonna make them invisible. Obviously the less pieces you have the better, or if you can just find the wheel column thing, whatever this is called, on its own, use it. So I'm gonna do the same method, click it in. I'm gonna put it central as possible with my bare eyes. There is a trick, by the way, to get it all aligned when it comes to you wanting perfection, and that's sitting too far back for me. It needs to sit probably about there, which means the wheel doesn't need to be a deep dish one. I do kind of like the deep dishness, but we've got any like medium dish ones? No, so we just have to keep it to flat, I guess. There we go. Nice steering wheel. Is it sitting a bit low? I think so. Somewhere like that. Of course, you can adjust it as you go along with this. But I think that looks fine. We don't have the columns sticking through anymore. I kind of like it for the look. So that would do nicely. Grab that wheel again. Get it nice and lined up. Right. And obviously, good top tip is if those orange lines, green lines are getting in the way, click the little highlighting tool down there and it will disappear, making our life a lot easier when it comes to lining these up. So there we go, and I knew something weren't right about it. I've selected the wheel I have, it's not high enough. Something like that, and I think it needs to stick out a tiny bit more. Anyway, minute stuff that's not that important. So now we got it in, got it looking good, it's time to add some code. And obviously, if you've watched the last video, you know that the code is in the description. Now this one's a very easy one to do, so I'm just going to copy the last code that I put in, paste it at the bottom, go check for my prop number for the wheel, which is 40 in this case. Remember my top tip, if you've put all your fixtures on and they're scattered around all this, just change it. So go to this one, change it to a different one, change it back to the one you want. It'll end up at the bottom of the list. Make sure the prop number still matches to the description, and it will work perfectly fine. So this one was number 40. So if we go in here, oh, I've got to do something while it's on my head. For some reason, these lights come with a light in the steering wheel. Doesn't make sense. So we're just going to make that random glass and turn it off. So it just looks nicer instead. Normally you'd have that as a horn, so I think having your own graphic to put on there might be a fun thing to do. Anyway, we're diversing. Let's go back. So prop number was 40, so I need to change this to 40. Now we want this, you can use, there is airspeed and wheel speed. No, we don't want that, we want steering. Do we just put steering in, or is it wheel? I'm going to have to check with that back in a second. Right, a little quick look just to make sure, and it is steering. So we'll replace that with the word steering. Remember, this will be in the description anyway for you if you want to just copy and paste it over. Most of the time it will work, and I will tell you if it's not going to work. Okay, so the difference between these and the clutch ones, if you notice, we'll put just 0 in the min value and 1 in the high value. By the way, if you didn't catch it before, this is your rotational, so your X, Y, and Z. This is your translution, something like that. This is your back and forth, so left and right, back and forth, up and down. Min value, max value, offset, and multiplier. We rarely ever use multiplier. Let's just go multiply whatever the value off of this, or you can use 0.0 and half the value or whatever. Offset is to do with the min and max value. So say you're starting at 1. If you put offset off 1, it won't start until it gets to number 2. Sort of thing. So yeah, we come to that more importantly when it comes to manual shifters and things like that. In the steering, we want just simply 1 in the first box. Actually, no, is it the first box? I don't think it is. The first box is that rotation. We want, if we look, we want this rotation like that. So on the different axes, this is the one axis, the first axis. We want the second axis, which is this one, and I believe the third axis is the floor one. So, and the way to check, I guess, we don't have the code written on us, but if you go to a prop and click on it, you do get indications. So if I was to, let's just grab another prop just to make it a bit easier. What am I grabbing? Just any old prop. It doesn't really matter as long as I can show you rotational things going on. Right, that thing will do. Make it 3D, and there you go. You got your red one, which is X. So there's your X value, which rotates things that way. And then you have your Y value, which is rotating things that way. And then you have your Z axis, which is rotating things that way. So I'm guessing when it comes to this, if I X, Y, and Z, I think it is in that order as well. So, no, I think they're opposite way rounds. But anyway, nonetheless, this one wants to be 0, and this one wants to be 1, I'm pretty sure. Now we do need a minimum value and a maximum value. At the moment we're at 0, which is dead center. If you want to turn left, you're going to need a minimum value. I tend to go for 900 because that's what all my wheel settings are set to on my games when I use my sim rig. And 900 there. But say if you're doing like a goat kart or something like that, you wouldn't have a 900 rotation out of a goat kart wheel. You'd only get 180, I think it is, maybe 270. I'm getting cold again. I have to put my heater on. So keep that in mind when it comes to coding the wheel. But this will work 9 times out of 10 for you, if not 99 times out of 100 times for you. So that'll be working now. All we have to do is export it, go to BeamNG, check that we like it, check that it's working, check that it sits in the right place. Of course, you can move it here from here on. It actually does need to be a bit higher still by the looks of it in my eyes. I tend to have a good look around all angles. Yeah, I think the wheel still needs to be a little bit higher. I'd probably put it somewhere like that maybe. Would be the height of this steering wheel. Of course, then I've got to change all the other stuff, but that'll come at a different time. When we've got more props in place and we can make sure it looks the way we want it to. Because ideally, like, the center console might go up, maybe. Definitely that little steering column thing will need to go up now. Anyway. that we're working nicely. Nice and quick tutorial for you. Let's export it and go have a look in BeamNG. Right then, we're now in BeamNG, and the car is looking very good. But the main thing we need to check is the steering wheel working? I haven't got my sim rig set up, so I'm just going to be using the keyboard to turn left and right, and look at that! You even see the wheel through the car turning as well, so that's pretty champion. That looks like that wheel might be clipping. Is it clipping? Let's have a look. Yeah, it's clipping. It's clipping. I wish you can change the caster and all the Aquaman and stuff in this game. It would help stop the car from doing weird things. But it doesn't matter, because this is a drift car if we put it in auto. Watch it spin! Now, one of the things I'm going to have to do is add more angle to this wheel. I don't know how to do that yet, but it will be something I do. It's definitely got some power. Just doesn't want to go sideways. Great times. Let's go back in the car and watch this wheel spin around. Adds for the extra effect, and you can see the pedals working. Oh, it's coming along. I think the next one we might do will have to be the handbrake. It'll be a very quick and easy tutorial, but it will definitely add to the feel of the car. This car's just spinning. Doesn't even want to go straight. What's going on? It just naturally wants to go sideways, this car, I think. Definitely going to have to be some tuning done if this is going to be a drift car. Anyway, that's been fun. I hope you guys found this video very useful. If you have, feel free to hit that like button to show your appreciation. Or maybe leave a comment for a suggestion of something that you need to be done for you, maybe. And if you enjoy all this sort of stuff and you feel you're going to keep coming back, it's quite generally nice of you to hit that subscribe button. It really does help out the channel, and I appreciate it very much to see you as a regular returner with a smile on your face. I do make some other content like tower building, RTS sort of games, and I do a lot of shooting games. I don't tend to record some of them just because some of them I don't really have content in the sense. I just enjoy it rather than want to make content. That's the game of life. Anyway, keep it real, stay safe, and share that love now. Bye-bye.